friend, for the month of June, are the Juicebox Agent of the Month.
Really?
Really? Because you've got so much pending, you're making so many contributions, and you've really been inspiring everybody on the team because of the action that you've been taking. So just want to thank you for all of that. So wonderful. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
We've taken you from really not writing, IUL or annuity at all. And now you've found your niche and you're applying that in the child asset planning space. Specifically, you're going back to the existing book of business and you're getting deals going through. You're having wonderful conversations week after week after week. And so I'd be curious, because I know a lot of these kind of conversations have come from warm market and the existing book of business. So can you speak to, just logistically, how did you go from training, which is one thing, and turning that into the application of that knowledge? So how did you start having those conversations, if you can speak to that?
So basically, with my book of business, I reach out, I tell them who I am. Hey, it's Rich from Aflac, but I've got some new services that I've added new services to better support you. I'd like to schedule a 10 to 15 minute call just to introduce these services to you. Would next Tuesday or Thursday be better for you? So we get through and we get the appointment scheduled. And my process is a little bit different because that first phone call with them really is an introductory call. Hey, I added these services. The reason I added these new services because in talking to well over 300 plus policyholders since 2010, I've had conversations and I've identified two areas that folks are concerned with. One revolves around parents with children and they're concerned for how their kids are going to save today in today's economy. And how are they going to save for higher education? How are they going to save for a down payment on a house? And I give them a little, hey, there are options. There's traditional options that you're familiar with, savings 529, but there's other options that give you better return and give you more flexibility. The other problem that I run into is folks are concerned with, when am I going to be able to retire, at what age? And I really don't know what my retirement income is going to look like. I said, so I have a free service that can take a look at all of your income accounts, your retirement, your assets, whatever you may have. We can plug it into our software and it's going to tell us, taking into consideration that and Social Security, where you're going to be when you choose to retire. And hey, best case scenario, you're doing everything you need to do and we don't really need to talk beyond that. Worst case scenario, it's going to identify that you're going to be short somewhere, and we can take a look at options to help with that, to help build that income for you, add to that retirement income tax-free, and eliminate market risk. And that's where I'm going. And that short 10 to 15 minute phone call generally leads straight to I want to talk to you about that. I don't know where I'm going with it.
So how many deals do you think you've got in progress from that approach? And I'm guessing a lot of that comes from taking the scripts that we've already developed and then adding your own little bit of twist back to your existing book of business. So how many deals in the last month do you think you've kind of got in progress?
Yeah, in progress, I'd probably say 5 to 7.
So do you have an estimation when those deals go through? What's kind of the quantification in terms of the impact to you, the commissionable impact to you? Any guesses?
I mean, not knowing full on what the commission pays on each one of those things, I would have to say that, if all those things happen to pop within the same month, and I've got 2 applications for the child plans that are closing, that will be signed tomorrow, and I'm hoping to do her retirement IUL tomorrow night too. I would say over the next month to 2 months, if those things go through, they get approved and they get paid, I mean, I could easily be looking at 10,000 plus in commissions coming in that, is realistically from my normal employee benefits business would take me several months to accumulate during this time of the year. Obviously that business is a little bit busier October through December. This time of the year, it's kind of spot on with enrollments. It would take, 4 months maybe to accumulate that during this time of the year. Whereas, just what I've been doing, the work I've been doing here, and it's just going to continue. And like I said, I've only barely touched that list.
So there might be $100,000 in opportunity in that book of business potentially so far. And you've got lots in the works that are just pending closing, especially in that last month, which is really exciting. Specific to that success, what about the training, the system, the support, the coaching, what do you think has been the most important factor in that success for you personally?
The training is great, but having the coaching call there to back it up, being able to ask questions. When I ran through something that I kind of thought I pretty much understood it, but needed some clarification on it, having the ability to ask those questions and get, that feedback right away on the coaching call, or even just putting that thought in the community and having the community respond, that's something that I didn't have with anybody else I was contracted with, which is why once I got into this and I did the training, I moved everything here, because it's just, this is where it is.
This is where it is. I'm going to quote you.
Yeah.
And so if people are starting out in agent shift right now, let's say somebody's starting out this week and they're saying, Rich, you've got 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 deals, whatever that is in the works in process. What would you say to that person in terms of advice as they're starting out in their first week? What would you say to them?
Just start and take things one step at a time. Don't try to learn too much all at one time. If you compare it to climbing a ladder, you're on the bottom rung. At the moment, I'm probably 3 or 4 rungs above you. So some of what I may be doing or saying might be a little bit over what your understanding is. Take things one rung at a time. You'll get there. But if you try and jump from the first rung to the top rung right away, you're surely going to fall. One step at a time. That's what my advice is.
Love it. And show up to coaching. I think I heard that as well. Ask your questions.
Absolutely show up to the coaching call. Ask questions. And even the case planning call, right? Because even though you may not have a case to plan, or you may not really be understanding what they're talking about, it will give you some good insight into what exactly is happening with the forecaster and planning a case. Let's take one step at a time, but attend that coaching call, attend that case planning call.
Rich, congratulations to you, my friend. I love the action that you're taking and the application of the knowledge that you've gained. Please, 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 I know you will. Keep that up. Let's get everything that we can out of that existing book of business. Continue, niching down like you already are, asking those wonderful questions, showing up, putting the work in. You're inspiring all of us on the team. Congratulations, my friend. The month of June, Agent of the Month. Keep it up. There's even brighter things coming.
Thank you.